My dear friends, I bring greetings to you. I'm Dr. Thompson, an international physician, international politician, international preacher, an international publisher of Health and Development magazine and editor. In a couple of 2 years and a few days or so, we've all been part of the advocacy to make sure that what Hamas did to Israel was not exploited against humanity, against the innocent in the Middle East. The taking of hostages, the killing of nationals of Israel is unacceptable and was globally condemned. And we join our voices in condemning that. All acts of terrorism, all acts of hostage taking and harming of innocent civilians and people who have nothing to do with grievances that people have over generations and time is unacceptable. That said, even in the courts, justice must be proportional. We don't go way out in order to settle scores, in order to hide behind acts, some of which were even said to be known and allowed to go through so that they could be exploited as some international security and intelligence information is telling us. That aside, it is 2 years since the beginning of the bombing, the killing, the maiming, children in their numbers, thousands, and the work that we've been doing with the Director General of the World Health Organization, the refusal to get humanitarian assistance to Gaza and the Palestinians. You've seen images of them running, struggling, babies, children, dying, and all of that. I want to first thank our colleagues in Geneva who have been working with us tirelessly over these 2 years, and the WHO hub that has been bringing in resources through Egypt and other areas. I want to take this opportunity to send a message of comfort and hope to healthcare that was killed and destroyed in that area, intentionally, hospitals bombed and all of that. And to our colleagues who are falling in the cause, I want to say thank you. We have been reliably told that a truce has been signed, and we've seen caravans and great groups of Palestinians and Gazians walking together, going back home. Home that may not exist. Houses that have been bombed down, places, neighborhoods destroyed. But where you were born, where you have lived all your life, holds sacred relationships with most of you. And therefore, you may be going back to ruins, and you are happy, and you are going home. I thank you for your courage, your resilience, your tears, your blood. As you rebuild, I pray that you forgive. Tell those children that they should forgive, because we don't want them to get up and become Bin Ladens and use that as a foundation, as a defense for what they did to them. We know, we've seen the movies. We've been part of the celebrations around America, the Ground Zero movies, the marches, the celebrations, the videos, and all of that. With our human rights friends and colleagues around the country, we've been part of it, that. And we thank you for, especially you, the young students in the universities and everything. I've had to shed tears without you when you have been crying by the side of the video. Many of you that I had to hug and say, the God that we all serve. We may not know him fully, as St. Paul said. He's watching, and he will wipe those tears from your eyes. Your relatives who have been killed in Gaza, neighborhoods destroyed. Some of you came here for school, and then you cannot even go back. And we understand, and we ask you to forgive. We cannot appreciate your pains, but we are saying forgive, and we continue the work. And we'll continue to work with you. We'll continue to partner with those who are bringing aid to Gaza and other places. And we'll continue to work with our colleagues and the Director General of the World Health Organization to make sure that this is done. And I will continue to have my voice in the discussions. Then secondly, to Robert Robertson, I want to thank God for our prayers, for our work, to make sure that you have a retrial, a review of the so-called shaking baby syndrome. I first want to say, as I've told the lawyers, the Congress people, and everybody, all these events that we have had at the Capitol and other places, that it is unacceptable for anybody, be they mother, father, to take the life of a child. That's why some of us who are international physicians have no history of committing abortion. Not because we are not trained. After all, we do D&C when people have done illegal abortions and messed up the place, that there's retention, there's bleeding, there's pelvic inflammatory disease, and there's tenderness in the lower abdomen and everything. And we go there and dilate and curettage and get out all the remains that cause bleeding and sepsis and all of that. And so, while we are aware, especially during this Halloween time, that children may be sacrificed, animals may be sacrificed, and all of that, we believe that justice should be done. And over the years, there have been accusation of junk science as it relates to shaking baby syndrome and other things that go with that. We have also come to notice that Robert Robertson has been carrying, this diagnosis, undiagnosed features and, mannerisms of an autistic person who was undiagnosed. They have the way that they present that the common person doesn't understand. In trying to ask them questions, interrogators getting in contact with them, they may just shut down. Shutting down doesn't mean that they're cold. The autistic person, the Alzheimer's patient, they respond differently. And then new evidences which the defense is putting forward are the things which made us to join all of this advocacy to say, no, don't execute Robert Robertson on the 16th of October, on November. And I want to thank the authorities of the country. I personally wrote that President Donald Trump should look into this. This is not a black person, so he has nothing to do with me, fighting for my race. This is a white man. But we are saying that white, black, Latinos, Asians are all humans and should be treated equally according to your constitution. And so I want to thank the authorities. I want to thank the Criminal Appeals Court in Texas for stopping the execution of Robert Robertson and sending the case back to the lower courts for review. I thank the lawyers, and we will continue the work. We may have just, as the lawyer says, we may have just had victory over a battle, but the war is not over. And so, on that basis, I want to call on all my human rights advocates and friends. And I say thank you for the work that we are doing around the world, and we shall continue to do it. The work that we've done with the Congressional Black Caucus in Washington, D.C., the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, the National Association Advancement of Colored People, and all the others with the Indians and everybody, African